Hello everyone, welcome back to another YouTube video. My name is Ricky, and today we will be playing Dungeons and Dragons for the first time ever. This is my first game. I am playing a solo campaign using everweave.ai. Don't kill me for using AI. I have no idea how to play D&D, so I need all the help I can get. Yeah, I will be playing the Everweave campaign. And without further ado, let's jump right into it. Guess since I'm human and male, I can go with a human male. Uh, hmm. uh, Fighter, rogue. Okay. Warlock. Uh, Barbarian. Paladin. Hmm. Fighter. Fighter. Okay. What was human? Barbarian. I'm gonna go with fighter, I think. Yeah, okay. Young style archery. Proficiency and guess yeah, why not? Um, you know what? Let's just all across the board. I'll just blend in. Okay, it's strange. Okay, yeah, let's just spread this all across the board. And mention so you can. Yeah, that looks fine for me. Yeah, okay. And you know what? Hmm. And wait. I need to get that backstory. Hmm. Hmm. Musician who decided to explore the larger world. Yeah, that's good enough. Feeling and feel like reality starts slipping in through gaps in the endless mist. You see a city square, inverted forest. Yeah, let's go with random. And let's wake up. Uh, the bustling city of Haverreach surrounds you, and when the sights and sounds as the midday sun warms up the cobblestone streets. You've only been here in 3 days since leaving your quiet elven hometown behind. Ahead, a growing crowd Uh, the crowd. A growing crowd, oh my god, gathers in the city square, their excited voices rising above the normal market chatter. As you approach, you see people forming a ring around two figures. One a well-dressed nobleman brandishing a rapier, the other a weathered city guard captain with a grim expression. Last chance to retract your accusation, Captain Voss, the noble calls out, twirling his blade with practiced flourish. Or meet me in a proper duel. Look, person next to me and ask, yo, what's going on here? Don't rely solely on dice rolls. Good. Okay. Yeah. All right. You turn to a stout red-faced woman clutching a basket of apples beside you. She jumps lightly, startled by her sudden voice, then quickly recovers, her eyes still fixed on the developing stand-on. It's Lord Atherton again causing trouble, she whispers, her voice thick with indignation. Accused Captain Voss of some slight against his noble honor. Probably just a pretense to avoid paying a fine for disturbing the peace, if you ask me. These high and mighty types always think they're above the law. She shakes her head, a worried frown creasing her brow. Captain Voss is a good man, he is. Doesn't deserve this. Tension in the square thickens, and the crowd murmurs nervously. My option. Should I leave them to their duel, or should I try to intervene? Describe your actions with flair. The mundane task can feel exciting if you weave in your character's personality and style. The woman's words echo in your mind as you watch the two men. They are thick with anticipation. Lord Atherton, arrogant and flanching, versus Captain Voss, stoic and duty-bound. The crowd holds its breath, a palpable tension gripping the square. Before you can fully weigh your options, Atherton makes his move. The contemptuous sneer, he lunges forward, rapier silver blur aimed at the captain's chest. Voss, the older, parries with surprising speed, his own blade rising as it deflects the attack. Steel clashes against steel, sparks flying with rapid exchange. The duel has begun. I watched the duel. What's my equipment? Okay, okay. Got onto the dueling. No. What do I do here? Huh. Huh. Hmm. What would I do? Let's say no. Unable to tear my eyes away from the duel. Surprise lightning speed at which the men are fighting. Yeah, yeah. Communicate. Okay. That's nice. You remain. You remain rooted to your spot, arms crossed, your eyes tracing the swift, deadly dance before you. Lord Atherton, for all his arrogance, his undoubtedly skill, his rapier of vipers striking and retreating. Captain Voss, however, moves with the experience of countless skirmishes. He does a waist motion, his heavier service sword deflecting blows with a steady, practiced rhythm. The sounds of steel on steel echo through the square, sharp and unforgiving. A collective gasp rises from the cloud as Atherton's blade clips Voss's arm, a thin line of crimson blooming on the captain's sleeve. Voss grunts, but his resolve doesn't waver. He gazes firmly on his opponent. Okay. Um, draw. No. Get over it. And Hmm. Um. Yeah. The cut doesn't even phase the captain at all. None, and you're covering your or carving. Okay. In the cut seems to merely still Captain Voss's resolve. He doesn't flinch. His eyes remain locked on Atherton. Grim determination settles on his face as he tightens his grip on his sword, presses his advantage, forcing Atherton to give ground to a series of powerful defensive parries. A nobleman, momentarily thrown off by Voss's yielding stance, stumbles back, his smirk faltering for the first time. The captain, though bleeding, moves with a renewed purpose, pushing Atherton towards the edge of the dueling circle, the rhythm of their clash growing more and more intense. What do I have in my inventory? Uh, I, I realize that infant's duel Dutton. Someone is going to get hurt. So I draw my longsword and wait. I wait orders. Shoot at the dueling men. Okay. In the resolute grimace, you draw your longsword, the steel hissing softly as it leaves its scabbard. Then sound, though subtle, cuts through the din of the clashing blades and gasping onlookers, who strive purposefully towards the center of the square, your eyes fixed on the dueling figures, your weapon glinting in the midday sun. Okay. Um, yeah. Alright. Good shot. Stop fighting now, you're going to hurt someone. Let's try to sort this out. You step forward, your voice ringing through the city square, cutting through the clink of steel. Stop fighting now, you're going to hurt someone. Let's try to talk this out. Hope your words can pierce through the animosity gripping Lord Atherton and Captain Voss. Attempt to de-escalate the duel between Captain Atherton and Lord Atherton and Captain Voss through your words. Words hang in the air, momentarily halting, then clash. Lord Atherton, his face a mask of indignation, lowers his rapier slightly. Surprised by his sudden interjection, Captain Voss, ever the pragmatist, takes advantage of the brief lull, stepping back and assessing the situation with um, a wary eye. Seems your plea has, for now, successfully de-escalated the immediate threat. You successfully de-escalated the immediate conflict, buying some time. What will you do next? Lord Atherton, his face contorted in a sneer, snarls at your audacity, his rapier flashing as he lunges towards you with renewed fury, aiming to end your foolish interference. Lord Atherton's lunge is swift, but you manage to twist out of the way, his rapier whistling harmlessly past your ear. Seeing Atherton's aggression towards you, Captain Voss steps in, his service sword whistling through the air as he aims a precise. Sorry about that. Seeing Atherton's aggression towards you, Captain Voss steps in, his service sword whistling through the air as he aims a precise strike at the nobleman's arm, hoping to disarm him or at least create distance. His strike is swift, but Lord Atherton, still agile despite his anger, parries the blow with the clang of steel, narrowly avoiding this attack. I shout, "Stop fighting!" Oh, Okay, what do I do next? Okay, what do I do? I've stepped into the hornet's nest now, haven't I? Let me think for a second. I figured that I just massively messed up, but figured that since I'm already here now, I might well try to end the duel. Yeah, okay. Alrighty. Oh shit, I got a nat 20. The chaotic scene of the city square swirls around you. Lord Atherton, his face contorted in rage from your previous intervention, now glares directly at you, rapier still poised aggressively. Captain Voss stands ready, his service sword at his side, observing the shift in Atherton's success. You've drawn your longsword, the steel glinting in the midday sun, stark realization settling in that you're now squarely in the thick of it. With a sigh of resignation, you prepare to act. What do? You raise your longsword, attempting to strike Lord Atherton and bring an end to this escalating conflict. I get a nat 20, that's awesome. And I hit Lord Atherton for 4 HP, with a gasp of pain as blood stains his fine tunic. Okay, so I stand firm, longsword still raised, having made my mark on Lord Atherton. The duel, once a spectacle, is now fully turned into a chaotic brawl, and you are undeniably at its center. Wounded and furious from your strike, Lord Atherton snarls, his rapier flashing as he lunges at you, seeking to exact immediate retribution. Lord Atherton's furious lunge is wild and uncoordinated, his rapier whirling past your ear as you swiftly sidestep his desperate attack. Seeing Atherton's continued aggression, Captain Voss doesn't hesitate. His service sword arcs through the air towards Lord Atherton with a practiced, determined strike. Captain Voss's disciplined attack aims true, but Lord Atherton, despite his injuries, manages to twist away at the last moment, the blade whistling harmlessly past his ear. A strike at Lord Atherton, none seeking to kill him, just disarm him. So I also realize that I may actually have to kill him because of his anger. Noting that he might not stop even when disarmed. Knowing how to kill or anything very least incapacitate him. Yeah, let's do that. Okay. Alright. You swing your longsword with precision, aiming not for a killing blow, but to strike Lord Atherton's weapon hand and disarm him. I hit a 16. I connect with Lord Atherton's rapier, deflecting it with a clang. The importance of the blow sends a jolt up his arm, and he momentarily loses his grip on his weapon, which clatters to the ground. He glares at you, his face contorted with fury, but he is disarmed. You successfully disarmed Lord Atherton. He stands before you, weaponless but still seething with rage, his eyes locked on yours. Lord Atherton, his face a mask of incandescent rage, snarls at you. Without his rapier, he drops into brawler's stance, lunging forward with a wild, desperate punch aimed at your face. He misses me. Lord Atherton's wild punch whizzes past your ear, his lack of training evident in the clumsy swing. You easily duck out of the way, leaving him momentarily off balance. Seeing Lord Atherton disarmed and flailing, Captain Voss seizes the opportunity, his service sword whistling as he aims a precise strike at the nobleman's exposed side. Captain Voss's swing is swift, but Lord Atherton, despite his lack of a weapon, manages to awkwardly twist out of the way, the blade missing him by an inch. And trying to talk to him. And so you guys starting a fight. Atherton. Oop. Here. I once again trying to talk to Lord Atherton. Sir, what is going on? I just got here and saw you guys starting a fight. You attempt to calm Lord Atherton by questioning the situation. I hit a 17. Okay. You attempt to calm Lord Atherton, your voice cutting through the tension as you question the unfolding chaos. For a moment, the enraged nobleman pauses, his eyes flickering from you to the disarmed rapier on the ground. A flicker of uncertainty crosses his face, a brief break in his fury. He snorts, though, and shakes his head as if clearing it of a passing thought, and his eyes harden once more, still fixed on you with hostile intent. Seems your words have given him pause, but not extinguished his ire. You've attempted to reason with Lord Atherton, momentarily giving him pause, but his anger remains palpable. You've used your action for this turn. God damn it. Whatever. Lord Atherton, fueled by rage. Lunges at you with a wild, desperate punch, his face contorted in a snarl. It's fine. His wild swing sails past your head, leaving him off balance and frustrated. Seeing his opportunity, Captain Voss swiftly moves in, aiming a precise strike with his service sword at the disarmed Lord Atherton. When the powerful thrust, his sword finds its mark, piercing Lord Atherton's defenses and eliciting a guttural scream of agony. An endpoint when realized that disarming and talking the situation and point. And I think mine's screw it. And aim and punch Atherton. Then can knock. She can to knock him unconscious. And then situation for the safety of those around me. Thank you, Grandma. grit your teeth, realizing that words and subtle maneuvers won't resolve this escalating conflict. Screw it, you mutter under your breath, a surge of determination replacing your earlier diplomacy. You coil your arm, aiming a swift punch at Lord Atherton, hoping to deliver a blow that will end the fight and ensure the safety of the surrounding crowd. You attempt to punch Lord Atherton, hoping to knock him unconscious. I hit a 23, let's go. Your fist connects solidly with Lord Atherton's jaw. Sharp crack echoing through those squares, he stumbles back momentarily stunned. He shakes his head, clearly dazed, but his eyes still burning with fury. Crowd murmurs, some recoiling, others leaning in with morbid curiosity. You've made your move, but the fight is far from over. You've landed a solid punch on Lord Atherton, but he's still on his feet, albeit dazed. Crowd watches intently, unsure of what will happen next, committed to ending this, and there's no turning back now. Lord Atherton, his face contorted in a massive fury and pain, lunges at you, attempting to land another wild punch, which he misses. His punch swings a wild swing, whistles past my ear, his range making him sloppy and unpredictable. Seeing Lord Atherton's stumbling from your punch, Captain Boss seizes the opportunity, his service sword flashing as he thrusts his towards the nobleman. Strike is swift, but Lord Atherton, despite his dazed state, manages to twist out of the way, the sword whistling harmlessly past his ear. And again. Yeah. Okay. Your fist connects solidly with Lord Atherton's jaw, and he rolls back and leaves bruise rapidly forming on his face. Now let's see how much that hurt. I dealt 4 points of bludgeoning damage, leaving him stunned and hurting. My, my unarmed strength connects and Lord Atherton stumbles back, groaning as the full force of your punch makes contact. He's clearly hurting, but his fury hasn't diminished. I'm successfully landed another punch on Lord Atherton, leaving him with only 3 hit points remaining. He glares at you, blood trickling from his nose, his rapier still lying on the ground near his feet. Captain Voss stands ready, his service sword gleaming, waiting for his opportunity. My intervention in the tense film between Lord Atherton and Captain Voss proved decisive. Initially trying to de-escalate, you quickly found yourself drawn into the fray when Atherton turned his rage on you. With a series of precise strikes, you disarmed the arrogant nobleman, sending his rapier clattering to the ground. While Captain Voss landed a solid blow of your relentless pursuit, it was your relentless pursuit, culminated in a final powerful punch, then finally dropped Lord Atherton to the cobblestones. The city square, once alive with the clang of steel and shouts of anger, now falls into sudden tense silence as the defeated nobleman lies unconscious, the duel brought to a definitive end by your hand. And if What the hell was his deal? Perfect is boring, brings their flaws into their imperfections. Okay. Captain Voss, still clutching his bleeding arm, looks at you with a mixture of surprise and profound gratitude. He sheathes his sword with a soft click inside, the tension visibly draining from his shoulders. His deal, Voss repeats, a wry, weary smile, touching his lips as he glances at the unconscious nobleman sprawled on the cobblestones. Lord Atherton is a spoiled brat who believes his family name grants him immunity from the law. Caught him trying to bribe a merchant to fudge the guild lectures and took exception to being called out on it. Thought a public duel would restore his honor and teach me a lesson. He shakes his head, then offers you a genuine tired smile. Thank you, stranger. That could have gone much worse. Sure. Oh, I've only been here for a couple days, then can already tell he is a bit of a asshole. When only I was coming to the merchants to buy some food, and saw an escalating, and people would get hurt, so I had to do something. Yes, you already told me. Captain Voss nods, his expression softening further. Bit of an asshole is an understatement, my friend. He's a menace, and he saved me from a very public, very painful humiliation of us. Yeah, of course. Okay. He rubs his arm, wincing slightly. Your timing was impeccable. Few would have dared to step between us, let alone handle Atherton with such efficiency. His gaze drifts to the still unconscious nobleman, whom is beginning to stir faintly. Well, now for the unpleasant task of carting him off to the city lock. Perhaps a few nights in a damp cell will remind him that either Lord Atherton's answer to the law in Haven Reach. He offers you a grateful, if tired smile. Again, my thanks, I won't forget this. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have some paperwork and a prisoner to deal with. Of course, go ahead. I will see if I can scout out a job here. Job around town. And have enough XP, long rest. Okay. Yeah. Alrighty. And that will be it for right now. Okay. Alrighty. Alright, and with that, we will end our first, wait, let me actually really quickly read this. Captain Boss nods a small but genuine smile, touching his lips. Fair enough, friend. May the road treat you kindly. With a final grateful look, he turns and bark orders to a few nearby city guards who were hesitantly watching this spectacle. They move quickly to secure the groaning Lord Atherton, lifting the limp nobleman and escorting him away, presumably to the lock-up Voss mentioned. Crowd which had dispersed slightly during the brief skirmish now began to truly break apart, murmuring excitedly about the unexpected turn of events. You find yourself alone in the bustling square, the scent of fresh bread and drying fish wafting from nearby stalls. Haven Reach is a big city and opportunities, both legitimate and otherwise, are never far from sight. Perhaps the merchant district or one of the city's many taverns might be a good place to start your search for work. And with that, we come to the end of our first section. Yeah, thank you guys for joining me for this YouTube video. Um, yeah, as always, I will catch you guys in the next video. Please make sure you like and subscribe, leave a comment, and yeah, without further ado, I'll catch you guys in the next one. Good night.